Salutations, everyone. It's Willingness 240. Welcome back to some more Octopath Traveler, where last time we made it to Riverford. And this time we're gonna rob its citizens, as that is tradition in these parts. And I just wouldn't have it any other way. Of course, these parts refers to the entirety of the continent of Orstera, but you know, it is what it is. Now, I gotta say, with this altar right here, sort of going on with, is very sketchy around these parts. Well, be with you, friend. The chosen knight has returned home. Why wander the earth, indeed, when so many souls need my services here in this town? And this is where Cervantes returned to, after we beat the crap out of him last time. Some refreshing jam.
Thank you.
His lordship has returned home, safe and sound. I am most relieved. I believe he has had his fill of adventuring for the nonce. Heavens be praised.
Tut tut.
A merchant has to factor in the toll when coming to trade here. A toll? This place really is corrupt and evil. Gosh! Ever since that new lord came along, this town's changed for the worse. The lord's mansion's not far from here. Doesn't get many visitors. Tough nut. Large. Massively increases physical defense. Okay. Okay. What have you, bud? You're probably super buff, right? Mega ripped.
Hello.
Head east down this road to get to the residential district. I suggest you move along, and quickly. I mean, yes, like, need to be level 99. Oh, 55, okay. Fair enough. Check out Lower Riverford real quick. That's all I wanted. Honestly, let's just get on this show on the road. We all know what we came for. That's for Ulbrich to beat the crap out of people. I've got a question. Are you any good at writing letters? Letters? Can't say I am. Talking's quicker. I oft write letters. When I put my thoughts to paper, they becometh clearer to me. So, do you deliver them as well? Yes, if there is someone I would have known my feelings, I give the letter in person. It's mighty wise of you. A letter's important, and you don't want some daft fool losing one. Are you speaking from experience? It's like this. I kinda messed up once, a long time ago. Oh? I was still just a kid. There was a girl in our village called Mercedes. Me and her and my buddy Zeph would play together from dawn to dusk most days. When Zeph and I studied late into the night, she'd bring us sweets she baked. But then one day, we found out she was going to be sent off to live with distant relatives. Way over to the other side of the Middle Sea she was going. Chances are we'd never see her again. How sad. Well, Zeph wrote her a letter and he gave it to me. Said he was too shy to give it to her himself, and asked me to deliver it for him. Turns out he was sweet on Mercedes. Haha, the plot doth thicken. Of course, I said I'd deliver his letter. I was his best pal, after all. So on the day that Mercedes was leaving, I headed to her house. But there I found that her coachman had suddenly taken sick and was too ill to drive the cart. I gave him a salve and some medicine, and after a while he was back on his feet. You can imagine I was pretty chuffed with myself that I could help. But Mercedes looked so sad, sitting up there on top of the cart. Thank you, she said. Why didn't Zeph come to say goodbye? That was the last I saw of her. I headed back home, ruminating about this and that, but clean forgetting about Zeph's letter. By the time I remembered, it was too late. Oh, thou didst not! Somehow, I'm not surprised. So what did you do with the letter? I gave it back to Zeph with my apologies, along with some fish from the river. Taught me a good lesson, that little incident did. Oh? What was that? Deliver your own letters. Words to live by. Just so. Octopath. Teaching lessons since 2018. Let us hear a tale. The story so far. In Wellspring, Ulbrich reunited with Earhart. It was there that his erstwhile comrade had sought atonement for his deeds. The two crossed blades, and with that act, the truth was told. Earhart told Ulbrich about Werner, a former sellsword and the very man who had orchestrated the fall of Hornburg. Such a fiend is too dangerous for this world. I will stop him. I must. Gone are the doubts that plagued Ulbrich's heart. To protect the people from harm, this is why he wields his blade. As he came to Riverford, the very air was thick with unease and fear. Or you! If you want it in town, get in the queue and wait your turn with the rest. Queue? Ah, beg your pardon. A gentleman, I presume, unless I misjudge your polished bearing. Tell me, sir, what brings you to this town?
The truth is...
Looking for a man.
Is that so?
Indeed. I take it this is your first visit, so let me give you some free advice. You'll be wanting to press a few leaves into the palms of the guards. There's a toll. Not a toll, as such. You see, the lore
What?
here. Eh? What's that about? He say about a toll? I ne'er heard naught of that before.
Hoy!
Shut your gob! And what's this tincture in your sack? Smuggler, are ye?
What?
What? That ain't mine, I swear on me mother's grave! Of course it ain't. I'd suggest you confess your crimes here and now, unless you'd rather tell it to the master at arms. And that, good sir, is why you'll want some spare coin at the ready. But the law. Those men are the law here. Their rule is absolute, I'm sorry to say. No doubt that potion was the guard's own. Defy them at your peril. The pretext to toss you in their gaol is at the ready.
What?
Does no one bring them to task for their deeds?
Afraid not.
Not I can tell you that. I do exactly as they tell me. As should you. Punishment is swift and harsh here, both for those who have broken the law and those who have not. A handful of leaves, sir, is my advice. The more you can spare, the better. I only pray that poor traveler has the wits and means to give the soldiers what they seek. Else...
Swoons!
What of the lord of this place? He does nothing to stop this mummery? He encourages it. You see, ever since Lord Werner took over here.
Nick!
Oi! Stop prattling and start moving! Yes, sir. 1,000 pardons. My turn. Perhaps we'll meet again inside. Aye. Werner is the Lord. By the gods, what happened here?
Nick!
Another scruffy vagabond. Let's see what rubbish you're toting in that bag.
Whoa.
Will this do?
Whoa.
Oh-ho, quick on the uptake this one. Keep that up and you'll do alright in this town, mate.
Very well.
Might I ask a question, good sir? About this man Werner.
Huh?
That's Lord Werner to the likes of ya. What business could ye be having with his lordship?
No.
No business, friend. Just wondering what kind of man Lord Werner is. He's bleeding wonderful here. Best thing that would ever happen to this town. Now piss off. We got work to do.
I see.
By your leave. There was fear in those eyes. Sellsword captain turned provincial lord. This Werner has certainly moved up in the world. What is this? Ain't ever seen a pyre before. It's for his lordship's burning. Once a month, some poor saps get tied to them stakes and burned alive for their sins.
Indeed.
4 this month, 4 last month, and 4 the month before that too. The law of the land it is.
It cannot be.
Used to be outlaws and rogues what got burned. But it weren't long before it were drunks and beggars up there for their slightest crimes. Shouldn't say this out loud, but nowadays all it takes is a cavil at his lordship's rule. And thus the pall that oppresses this place. No one knows who'll finger you for what, so we creep about like mice doing our best not to be noticed. Try to scarp her too, and poof! Just looking guilty or someone'll seal the deal. So, traveler, now you know the kind of place you fetched up into. Best finish your business and be on your way as soon as you can. Now, if you'll be excusing me.
I see.
It's an evil thing, burning folk at the stake. This darned Werner thinks of people's lives as nothing more than firewood. Tell me this, Alphen. Do you value human life over firewood? Huh? What kind of crazy question is that? I've taken the lives of more men than I care to remember. Each time I told myself that it mattered not, that it was insignificant. The stuff we're made of, our flesh and blood, is fragile stuff. It turns to dust soon enough. Not to get too poetical, but I've always thought that the fire, the life, in our bodies goes cold too soon. So when I give folk medicine, I try my darndest to keep that fire alive. So do I value life? Dang right I do. So should you. Of course, sometimes in my line of work, a man can grow confused, forget what's important. That's why I asked you, to remind me. I'm most grateful you're here, Alphen. Anytime you find yourself forgetting what matters, you just talk to Alphen, okay? You. I met you in the square. What are... listen, mate. You never seen me, alright? Is he there?
Let none escape!
He can't have gone far. Sniff him out.
Oi!
Oi, you. See anyone dodgy looking come this way? Running for dear life like it's not. Dodgy? A rebel. A man plotting dark schemes against his lordship himself.
Indeed.
Sounds like a dangerous man. I did see one suspicious fellow running hard in that direction.
That's right.
That must be him. Come on, we'll corner the rat yet.
Are you hurt?
They're gone. You can breathe easy now. Gods bless you, mate.
Well,
Tell me, why were they after you? Couldn't rightly say.
I see.
They said you were a rebel, that you were plotting against the Lord. An organized resistance could help me get close to Werner. Listen, I came to this place in search of this Werner. Are there others who fight for your cause? If you have a leader, pray, take me to him. God's teeth, are you daft? I can't be introducing strangers what I barely know. Then let me tell you more about me. I know how to swing a blade, for one. Reckoned as much. You've got that air about you. But hang me, this ain't something I can do deciding on me own. Alright, how's this? Prove you know how to use that blade of yours. There's a man back in the square what wears a red hat. He's with us, the strongest we got. If you can beat him, then I'll introduce you to the boss. Alright?
As you wish.
That's what it takes. But you promise me somewhat, alright? You lose, you make yourself scarce, and never come back here again.
I see.
You have my word. I'll go on ahead and warn him. You find me when you're ready. Now, before we challenge the man in the red hat, let's just write in this book over here in the corner. That sounds good. I gotta say, this would get real weird if there were the man in the yellow hat instead of the man in the red hat. He's the one? He is. Want to see if he can use that sword of his.
Ready when you are.
Very well. I'm ready when you are. Fighting in the town square doesn't seem all that wise, but I guess the guards are off checking some corner for a dude who looks sketchy, so I mean, there you are. You look a tough sort, but are you tough enough?
Let us fight with honor.
Heck yeah! Bring the sword down. He's weak. The man with the red hat is a single... I like that that's his name in battle, too.
My way.
You know, like, this is the single most intimidating fight, like, this enemy name ever.
How about you?
We gotta take him down hard. Thankfully, though, we got access to Brand's Thunder.
I wreak havoc upon thee.
Aw, yeah.
The battle is truly joyous.
He's still in the white. Ooh, boys, this is gonna be a fight. Okay, old brick, let's go for a bard. Boost that attack strength of yours. Yours? Whatever.
How about you?
That is rude. That'll make things interesting. Okay. Pop a grape. Take poison damage. Get hit. Oh, nope, never mind. Patience made that a lot less interesting. Sweet.
How about this?
That doesn't sound good when I say it like that, but you know, whatever. Let's go for that. Level 2 Abide. Yeah, maybe that's 5 turns.
Victory!
Patience. Double attack. Now with our boosted attack stat, we can bring down a nastier Brand's Thunder.
Havoc upon thee!
Booyah! Oh man, that was like 1.5 times the damage. That's a huge difference. Buffs are worth it. And the poison didn't work. Sweet.
No!
And Ulbrich spamming the crap out of Patience. Even more sweet.
The battle is
We're talking like
truly
cold stone sweet.
out of my way! No!
My gosh, Ulbrich. Calm down. No, I'm just kidding. Calm up. Let's do this.
No!
Another boosted Brand's Thunder, baby. This is gonna be way too much
I
for you.
wreak havoc upon thee! With each battle, I grow
How's
stronger.
that worse? Thanks for the Thunder Soulstone medium, chap. I healed! There's no doubting this one's strength.
Indeed.
I did my part. Now it's your turn. I would meet with your leader at once. Deal's a deal. My name's Reggie, by the way. Come on, I'll take you to the den. My gosh. Give me mother... Give us Mother 3!
Ho-ho!
Boss, got someone here you might want to meet.
Well met.
So I've heard. Welcome, sir. You may call me Harold. I understand that you are Sir Ulbrich. What? How did you know my name? Word of your deeds in Wellspring reached me some time ago. Captain Bale and I speak quite often, you see.
Whoa.
He's a good man. But if you'll excuse me, I'll get straight to the point. I must know everything you can tell me about this Lord Werner. Of course, but perhaps you'll first do me the honor of explaining what business you have with him.
Yes.
Former sellsword captain? Yes, Werner is certainly that. As the saying goes, know thine enemy. Let it suffice to say, I've taken a great interest in the man's past.
Indeed.
Very prudent of you.
The truth is,
Werner claims noble blood, but closer examination reveals that what titles he possesses were bought with gold. He accused the former lord of these lands of larceny and pillage, and won the support of the common folk. Even the burghers were persuaded to make common cause. Soon enough he had them proclaim him the new lord. But once he took power, that's when the terror began.
Swoons.
Terror? Death by fire for criminals, with executions held once per month. The populace initially hailed the new regime. Many were happy to see villains and blackguards get their comeuppance. But it did not end there.
yes.
Just so. How many murderers can one town harbor, after all? Pickpockets and swindlers were next. Then a dishonest merchant. Any peccadillo became a capital offense. In time, mere accusation was enough to land a man on the pyre, even the clearest calumny. And yet, by this time, no one dared raise their voice in opposition. Some had, early on, but when they appeared tied to the stakes at the next burning, the rest understood that in silence lay their only hope for survival. But you resist this despot, and so would do others like you. We do. Many of us have been forced to look on as family and friends, falsely accused, or taken by the flames. I am one of them. Werner accused the former Lord of corruption, but those accusations were lies. I know, for the former Lord was my father. So I have taken it upon myself to restore his honor and name, and to free the people of this domain from Werner's tyranny. With each passing day, our ranks grow. At long last, we are poised, ready to strike back.
Well then.
You give me reason to believe we have common cause in this undertaking. Will you join us, Sir Ulbrich?
Indeed.
Even if this tyrant were not the man I seek, I'd have enough reason to join you. My sword is yours.
I am thankful.
Fair befall you, sir. Your presence gives us all courage.
Well then.
Now, without further ado, allow me to explain our plot. First, we shall launch a diversionary attack in the square, and draw as many of Werner's men as we can. Then our swordsmen shall infiltrate the Lord's mansion, by way of a secret passage known only to me. It is a simple enough plan, but such are the best in revolution and war. Prepare as you will, then come to me again when you are ready to fight.
As you wish.
Understood. I will do just that. So this is how Werner chooses to rule. Thinks he can intimidate people into obedience. And he's not wrong either. But it doesn't work on everyone. Some people don't scare easy. Like you, for example. Yeah, like me. When I was a kid, I had my share of beatings from people who thought they could break me. But I'd shrug it off, vowed that no one who would ever tell me what to do. You were saying Harold and his friends are also such men. Maybe, but the question is, can you trust them? The more men we can recruit to the cause, the better our chance of success. It's going to take more than just numbers. Agreed, but there are many ways to win a battle. Sounds like you have something up your sleeve. Color me interested. Naturally, we're gonna wanna take up some of his Harold's advice, and prepare a bit. This blade of bravery, it's tempting, primarily for its critical. Look at that, but it breaks Ulbrich's speed. I don't think that's worth it. This Jade Lance, on the other hand, that is. Heck yeah, we're equipping that. Knight Shield. His evasion's pretty bad already, but he did dodge an attack, so I think it's still worth keeping up. I guess all I wanted was the Jade Lance. Well, I mean, then you wanted 8 healing grape mediums, and then 4 healing grape bunches, and then inspiriting plum to round it off, and then inspiriting plum medium to kind of round that off, and then olives of life are kind of a bit low right now, and then you know, maybe some ruinous seed, just to have it. Actually, ruinous dust is just better though, but I mean, yeah, let's just have it. And yep, that's just kind of how it goes sometimes, you know. Like, you see a bunch of stuff and you just need to buy it. Hornburg looks like one of those people, right? I mean, look, he's wearing a fur coat. That being said, if we're gonna prepare for Werner, we're gonna need a good nap. Now let's get this revolution going. It's time to act. And we are ready.
Well then.
Then follow me. My father had this passage constructed as an escape route in the event of a siege. Never did I dream I would one day use it to break into our home. Our men in the square have begun their feint, but they will not be able to hold out for long once Werner's men arrive.
Come.
We must move quickly. Next time on Octopath Traveler, we make for Werner's manse. See you guys then.